What's up, what's up, what's up? Your boy Domuto. We're back with another video. Today we're watching Ohmeezzy. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with my Ohmeezzy from Let's Keep It a Buck with B Souls, TSO Shades, and the other Damo. You know what I'm saying? They call me Damo. And that nigga Damo. You know what I'm saying? To me, Damo's in the world. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? One of us gotta go. Not just flat, but Ohmeezzy got a video. Creators will do anything for views. I've been watching a couple of videos lately, you know, on my own time and shit, because, you know, I can't watch everything on YouTube and react to everything. I didn't watch something for myself now, but anyway. But yeah, I thought this was going to be a good one right here. Creators will do anything for views. And we're going to check it out right here, and make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and let's go.
How to use a bitch that puts you in the friend zone. Guys, if you are friends with a bitch that ain't giving you no pussy or helping you get some pussy, then what the f is the point? You gotta turn these bitches into wing girls. The best way to do this is that when you go out on a date, have her come along with you. Have her sit at her own table and you pay for her. And while you and your date are eating, I want you to have her approach the table and say something like, "I'm sorry to interrupt you, but are you Chris?" Say yes. And then have her say, "I just want to tell you, I'm a fan of your work, and it's a pleasure to meet you." And then have her walk away. This right here will cause instant attraction in the bitch that you with. Because two things gonna go through her mind. Number one, who the f was that bitch? And number two, and most importantly, who the f are you? Just play it cool, tell her, we'll talk about it later. But let's just enjoy our meal. Guys, bitches out here looking for social status. So if you don't have it, you can create it. Game is game.
Now, for those of you who don't know who that is, that was Life and Scars, who reportedly passed away a couple of days ago from a drug overdose of some sort. Now, the reason why I'm saying apparently or all this is alleged is because he had a warrant for his arrest and he was supposed to show up in court a couple of days ago. However, due to whatever unforeseen circumstances, it seems quite timely that he suddenly passes away to avoid all these things. But hey, I'm no square, I'm no scrub on the internet. I know all things need just a little bit more investigation before I take things at face value, specifically in regards to these content creators. So as I was preparing a video for him and to talk about his death and demise, I came across this TikTok that had me saying, yep, don't jump the gun.
Speak the inmate's first and last name.
Jaron Gray.
The closest inmate name match seems to be Jaron Purnell Gray, who is 37 years old. You now have access to this inmate's records, which were last updated at 11:35 a.m. First charge: violation of an order prohibiting contact mom.
And this is why I don't jump the gun, because these people, these new age content creators are willing to do whatever it takes in order to keep their names circulating and keep their names famous. It's no wonder that we haven't heard from the Game is Game guy in so long. It's because he was plotting his next biggest and latest and greatest return. Trust me, I'm confident when I say this, people are doing anything for clout these days.
They do anything for clout.
When I say anything, I mean anything. TikTok has made it to where you can do the most mundane thing in the world and you can literally go viral like that. Crazy thing is, you can turn that viral moment into another viral moment into another viral moment until you are famous, popular, and most importantly, making some sort of dollars. For example, the Hawk Tuah girl was just some woman at a festival and it turned into a street interview that instantly turned her into a millionaire within a week span. She literally went from being fired over her appearance on that street interview to having a top 3 podcast in the world. I don't even care if the numbers are inflated. That's an amazing feat. Now, I will say these opportunities are increasingly rare, but that doesn't stop people from doing dumb stuff on the internet. A lot of people are volume shooters. They're gonna keep trying and trying and trying and trying and trying until they can hit one. Hey, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. So why not let it fly? Even if it's doing dumb and irresponsible things, because somebody could be watching. This is Amigo Chigo, a TikToker who went uber viral for crashing his car into a damn Walmart, getting arrested, and then cutting off his ankle monitor and going on the run. And he's turned his entire channel into him running from city to city, state to state while he's doing the race like he's TK, meeting up with fans and people that just want to see him do dumb stuff wherever they are. Now, do we believe this content is real? 100% not. People have found the news report to debunk this. Plus, a lot of the places that he goes to are still in New York, and he gets there by bus.
I wanted to get into like the specs on how these videos are fake with like evidential facts, so no one does not try this. One important fact to start off with is Amigo Chino's from Lowell, Massachusetts. Where the McDonald's video takes place is in Springfield, Massachusetts. That's like an hour and 20-minute drive, if I'm not mistaken. So there's no way he was driving like an hour and 20 minutes to work when there's like 4 other McDonald's in Lowell. So what he did was he took that video in a McDonald's parking lot in Lowell, Massachusetts, and then found that video on the news from someone actually crashing into a Springfield McDonald's, and then made his own version where it looked like he crashed into it, but he actually didn't. Another important fact to point out is if you slow the videos down when he's in the parking lot, you can clearly see the difference in the McDonald's and from the parking lot that he's in. There are 2 different buildings. That he's done this at multiple places. He even did this at a Burger King.
Yo, on my mama, fuck Burger King. I finna crash into on my mama.
$13? There were no employees, luckily, inside.
So guys, he did not crash into a building. So do not try this. Don't do this to go viral because he didn't really do it. And if he did, he would not be here because he would either be deceased or he'd be in jail. He's not actually on the run. This is all strictly for content.
Now he's trying to justify these philosophies on the internet by saying that he has this sort of mentality that differs from a lot of people in how they view things. It sounds stupid, but here it is.
Let me teach y'all an important lesson. A friend DM'd me this. Yeah, it just kind of clicked in my head that I was doing some scary shit. He was referring to me hitchhiking, hanging out with dangerous people who could rob or kill me. I don't give a fuck. Climbing a radio tower. What's more scarier is being on your deathbed. You didn't live a fulfilling life. I was scared of talking to girls, scared of asking the clerk for extra ketchup, scared of driving, scared of like telling my mom what I wanted to do with my life. So once you face those fears, you're gonna be...
Nigga, okay, that's one thing to just, you know, live life to the fullest, but nigga, and there's kids on here that think you're doing stuff, what you're doing is real. So you gotta, so you're sending the wrong message. You're sending the wrong message.
Like on some real shit.
Now the general sentiment is perfectly fine, and I actually have no idea why people will be mad if he kept it just to this. But because he doesn't keep it just to this and he's actually acting upon these things, not in the ways of talking to other women or anything like that, you know, sensible things, but climbing up electric towers with no sort of protection is stupid.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
And the fact that people are taking this mentality and doing it on their own is the most mind-blowing thing in the world. Now a lot of questions arise out of this. What is this guy's end goal? What does he see getting out of this? Does he not care about his digital footprint? And I've got some theories behind this, but we'll get into that in a minute. Right. I'm here to say though, we have got to start considering clout chasing some sort of mental illness. The thing about these situations is that these people are always chasing the attention rather than the dollar signs. I know that there's a way for these people to monetize it, but I can't really see it because a lot of these platforms are definitely not promoting these things on their monetization side. Sure, you may still be able to get the views, you may still be able to get the clicks and the traffic, but they're not gonna put their dollars and monetize the dangerous stunts that you're doing. And maybe he could sell merchandise or somebody get him to be a flyer person, you know, when you go to a club and they have you posted on a flyer. But I'm thinking to myself, who would want to go to the club just because Amigo Chigo is showing up there to do dangerous, stupid stuff? I don't know. Even if you do monetize yourself, I would always ask myself, how long can you monetize yourself doing stupid stunts like this? Which brings me to my next point. His digital footprint and his reputation will be destroyed forever. No one's going to be able to take you seriously. People don't realize these things. The beginning of your career dictates the path that you go down for the rest of your life. I'm not saying you can't shake these things, but we've seen actors go through this all the time where they get typecasted for being something they once were in the beginning of their career. Let's say somebody that's a superhero guy or whatever the case may be, or maybe even somebody that goes into the comedy lane. And then they try to transition into other fields of being more serious or another role that's more drama related, and nobody takes them serious. The first name that comes into my mind is Kevin Hart. Damn. But for the most part, when you get into the vein of doing these types of stunts or outrageous things from a content creator's perspective, you don't have a long career because ultimately people see this as who you are no matter what industry you go into or niche. Somebody would say, hey, Omar, this is online, nothing is real, people are playing characters. That doesn't necessarily matter to a lot of people. The Hawk to a Girl has talked about this before, that she doesn't want to be just labeled as the Hawk to a Girl. She wants to try to show everybody that she has a bunch of interests.
What do you do now? Because now you have management, now you have a team. What are your plans moving forward? Like, do you want to still be the Hook to a Girl, or do you want to, like,
I don't really want that to be like my image.
Yeah.
Like, Hot to a Girl. I don't see that being like my thing. You know? Yeah, I don't want to be known as that.
But I'm here to tell you that not a lot of people are going to take you serious because they see that as your real personality online. And those don't just stop at people who are trying to employ you or trying to partner with you or whatever the case may be. There are people who are ultimately going to become copycats and imitate doing the same exact things that you're doing on their own platforms. But the Hawk to a Girl is doing something that's kind of harmless in the grand scheme of things. Sure, she said something that was sexual and inappropriate on the mic, but that's not dangerous like what Amigo Chigo is claiming that he's doing. I mean, running a car into a McDonald's can surely lead to the end of somebody's life. I would think that a lot of people wouldn't say, hey, I'm gonna do something that's illegal and potentially harming my life on camera and copycat it, right?
I guess Mizzy will never learn. Mizzy became infamous after walking into a London family's home with young children.
But this is not what a study group. Got kids, man. Oh, you got kids? Oh, sorry. Oh, I thought this was a study group. I actually thought.
This video gained him a lot of attention, and all for the wrong reasons. He was also forbidden for trespassing on private private property and for filming others in public without their permission. For normal people, this would slow them down. But Mizzy, he's no normal guy. This only sped him up in the process of testing the limits of the law. Mizzy released a video with the title, "Hello World, I did it again, I really don't learn." Finding an open door in an apartment complex, he let himself in. But this is where things started to go south really quickly.
Look, I know that that's in the UK, but here in the United States, specifically in the South where I live in Atlanta, Georgia, going into people's houses has to be something that only somebody who is brain dead would do. I mean, stand your ground is a real thing here, so I couldn't even imagine going onto somebody's lawn, let alone going into an open door, seeing myself getting blasted away. We've seen time and time again on the news where people are going onto people's lawns to retrieve balls, and in these states where people can have a gun and stand your ground and protect their property, are ending people's lives left, right, and sideways.
Calls for justice across the country after a Kansas City teen went to the wrong home to pick up his younger brothers, and the homeowner shot him. 16-year-old Ralph Yarl is recovering in the hospital in stable condition. Police say Yarl's family say that he was given the address 115th Terrace. He mistakenly went to a home at 115th Street instead. The shooter has been released, and there is sparking protest nationwide right now and outrage nationwide.
And so I don't want it to be this extreme, but these are real life situations where people can get their lives ended over doing some content shit. But if we had to draw back, because I know that's a little bit too deep, people doing these things on their jobs is also something that is mind-numbing to me, especially because these jobs have these contracts. I know you want to be a part of some cutesy TikTok trend, but is it really worth doing that trend if it's gonna cost you your job? Lotto put out a new TikTok challenge for her song Brokey, where you had to do some sort of dance or do some sort of creative thing at your job while playing the song in the background. And it's a fun and cutesy idea, but it's all fun and games until you find your black ass unemployed for doing a dance to a song.
I just got fired because of that video, Big Lotto's challenge. Yay, I'm glad I put 6 years in a company that would fire me in literally a day of posting one video that harms nobody, that everybody was actually literally rooting for and happy about, but whatever, smart decision, smart move, you know? And then they put me on, it's called like an EFR list or something. Basically, I could never get rehired again. They would never rehire me again. Okay, thanks, 16 to 22, thanks, all the bullshit I deal with, thanks.
What's crazy in the situation is there were like 5 or 6 Waffle House employees in that video, yet she was the only one that got fired. And in fact, the manager that fired her was the manager that was filming the video of her doing the challenge.
That's crazy.
I guess all in all, it worked out, and this is where I think that people are just so detached from reality. Lotto did get her in a music video / TikTok for the song Brokey. She had her viral moment, just like Lotto promised her. She gave her what we suppose is $10,000 because that's what we saw in the video, and Lotto said it in the tweet. But I just did the quick math on it. The average salary for a Waffle House employee in Atlanta, Georgia is about $27,000, give or take. So if you were gonna make that in a year, why would you risk your job for only half the money? And you've been doing this Waffle House thing for 6 years. Now, granted, that's a huge underpay from Waffle House, and that's a whole different conversation. But why risk your...
I don't agree with that. Look. She won the challenge, got the $10,000 right. Now you can say, oh, she did that, you know, blah, 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 blah. Look, until she find a new job, that $10,000 at least gonna hold her off for about a couple of months. If she spend it wisely, it can last her longer than a couple of months, but a couple of months till she find a new job. You know, I don't know her living expense. She might still live at home, or she might, I don't know, if she on her own, she live at home, whatever. But it's gonna hold her off for a little bit until she find a way better, higher paying job than Waffle House. I promise you.
Your job for this one-time lump sum of $10,000.
Waffle House just made the biggest mistake of all time. Let me know if you think they're gonna regret this. They fired this employee after 6 years after she made this TikTok video that got almost 18 million views. And there are big influencers saying that Waffle House should be grateful because she got them more viral views than they've ever had. Because that former staff member's video has more views than their entire TikTok account. And if you go to Waffle House's official TikTok account, everybody's in the comments comments just leaving hate comments. Also, the entire staff was in the TikTok, but only the one girl was fired for it. I've worked on a lot of marketing teams, and a lot of brands think TikTok is way too risky for their brand. They don't get it, but in my opinion, Waffle House should be thanking her, putting her on their social media marketing team. Definitely not firing her, but what do you think? Did Waffle House have a right to fire this employee? Do you think she made them look bad?
Man, shut the hell up. And this is what I'm talking about the youth being so detached from reality. I'm sorry to burst your bubble. I'm sorry to uncover the veil, but Waffle House does not need your marketing genius. Waffle House is a healthy and thriving business, gang. They do not need you to do your brokey challenge while they are also going through historic strikes because people are fighting them over wages. That's a bad look for them. If anything, it would be stupid to keep that up, knowing that they're not paying their workers fair wages and people are going on strike left, right, and sideways from Waffle House.
You're no good. Treat your workers like you should.
This isn't the normal view you expect to see when grabbing a bite to eat at Waffle House. On Saturday, a group of protesters with the Union of Southern Service Workers joined Waffle House workers as they officially went on strike. The protest and strike comes a week after the workers delivered a petition and a list of demands with a 7-day deadline.
This is what I mean by people being so detached from reality. They can't even hear what they're saying is fucking stupid. And that's not the only person that I've seen do this, because obviously there's so many people that want to be content creators and TikTok stars. I've seen people literally do TikToks on the internet where they are in a classified business meeting, showing the business meeting and getting the backlash from it. Rightfully so.
Hi, I'm Michelle. I'm 24, and in August, I got fired from my 6-figure tech job because I posted a TikTok video on the internet about how I forgot to put a cup underneath my Keurig, and so my coffee spilled all over my counter. But at the same time, I was actually sitting in a meeting at 4:30 in the morning, and I didn't realize when I uploaded the video to TikTok that in the background of my video, you could actually hear my work meeting going on. And I didn't find that out actually until 24 hours later when I got called into a meeting with HR, and they fired me for gross negligence.
And then the latest asinine trend that a lot of people are having when they do get fired is recording the firings. Now, I don't know if people realize this, but it's 2024. You have your paper resume, and then you also have your online presence, your digital footprint, which exists just as much as your resume does. And to be quite honest with you, it's significant when you're on there talking about or showing how a past employer has done you, like these content creators.
Hi, Tatiana. This is Shelly from HR.
From HR, okay. No, I don't remember you, but what's going on?
I had a discussion a couple weeks ago about your absenteeism and tardiness.
Okay.
Do you know what time you have to be clocked in at?
Wait, so you knew it was HR calling you and you just started recording yourself first? What? I don't, whatever, I'm not.
At work?
6 o'clock.
Yeah, 6 a.m.
Okay.
So, unfortunately, on 7/18, you clocked in at 6:12.
Wow.
We had a discussion about that.
12 minutes.
Yeah, but, you know, they're waiting on you to be there, clocked in and ready to work at 6.
Okay.
So your employment is really going to be terminated as of today, because also on 7/28, you clocked in at 6:21.
21 minutes.
Yes, that's 21 minutes of company time.
So I still work though. Like why didn't y'all tell me that today when I was just at work?
Because I handle all the HR, so they wanted me to call you because we had that discussion, remember, about...
And that was the day that I let my... Alright, keep going.
So you were also on 8/8, you clocked in at like 6:32.
That was it. Okay, so I let my cousin use my car the night before, and he didn't bring it. He overslept or something. He didn't bring it back.
You still late, nigga.
So, like, I still made it though.
Literally like 9 days after we talked. So, and then on 8/12, you just did a no call, no show.
That was my birthday, August 12th. That's my birthday. Like, I already
4 days later. Look, you know what? We all everybody that is in the workforce.
Work though.
Got
but y'all know,
coworkers, employees just like this, bro.
No, that's fine. All right. Okay.
Everyone works on their birthday. Even I worked on my birthday.
Y'all too grown for me.
Well, unfortunately, I just need you to turn your keys in. And
I'll be there tomorrow, cause that's crazy. That's crazy. Like what? No.
Firstly, not only are you showing how unreliable you are in this video by being late, not once, not twice, but literally all the times in the world, and not by a minute, not by 2 minutes, but a large lump sum of minutes. You're giving excuse after excuse. Why would anybody want to deal with you as a hiring manager, as any sort of manager on their team? Secondly, if this is how you handle a situation like this, I could only imagine how you were being in the actual workplace and anybody giving you any sort of constructive criticisms or opinions. And thirdly, Gen Z has a problem with professionalism, and that's could be a whole different video in and of itself, because I've seen these videos of content creators showing what their 9-to-5 attire is when they go into the work world, and trust me, it is inappropriate as like the least thing that I could say about it. It's actually quite sexual and disgusting, but Gen Z already has that perception, and the pandemic didn't help it. When they took us out of the workforce, I don't know why I said us, I'm unk status, I'm definitely a millennial, but when they took Gen Z and some of the later millennials out of the workforce for so many years by putting them at home and them getting comfortable, putting them back into that environment with their unprofessional ass habits and the need to have online validation has proven to be a total mistake, if you ask me. I think the new age has a problem filming things anyway, but having a digital footprint that exists next to your resume is only gonna spell disaster for when these people have to find jobs. I guess you're gonna have to fold this career into a content creation career, like a legitimate one, but I don't think that your viral moment can be tumbled into a content creation career, because you would have been doing that already. You guys have got to think better when you put your shit online.
All right, bro. All right, man. Stop yelling at me. Well, shout out to Ohmeezzy, Omar, whatever, you know what I'm saying? This is a good video, man. Yeah, that last girl was tripping. I don't know what the fuck she was on. I don't, like, nigga, 12 minutes, 21 minutes, 30 minutes late, nigga, you're late. You're in your own company times. You're not on your time. And then a no call, no show, yeah. Nigga, I'm so glad they look. I used to supervise at Walmart for like a year. Nigga, you know how hard it was to get these niggas fired, bruh? Niggas be late every day, still be there for an extra 5 months. Like, god damn, we're gonna get rid of these niggas, bro. Anyway, but make sure you like, comment, subscribe. You know, check out my other videos, you know what I'm saying, right here, and I'll catch y'all next time, man. Peace.